So today we've got two 2024 Mustangs at the airstrip. Both of them are GT trims, but there's a $12,000 price difference between these two in case. What are we doing?
We're going to do a quarter-mile drag race. We're going to do a 30-mile-per-hour roll race and a braking test.
And we're going to find out, is it worth getting the performance package on the Mustang and the premium pack, or should you just save, in some cases, $10,000, $12,000 and just get a base GT like this car? Now, there is one important option that our Mustang has, even though it is basic. It has the performance exhaust. So what's the horsepower in both of these cases?
Both of these 5-liter Coyote V8s make 486 horsepower, 6 extra with that active exhaust. And one of the big differences between these powertrains is that mine is a 6-speed manual and yours is a 10-speed auto.
So really we have old man cruiser spec with my car versus young blood, just tear up the street takeover spec in your car.
That's what I like to hear.
All right, well, we got
quarter mile in front of us. We're both in the drag mode. What is the axle ratio on that GT performance pack?
This one's a 373, so that is theoretically an advantage there.
And you also have a Torsen limited slip with that performance pack that I don't have on the base GT. I do have a limited slip, but it's not that cool Torsen. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, even launch.
Come on!
So even though I have the 315s, this 10-speed, it shifts so fast and hard in drag mode. I'm just leaving them.
I'm just missing all kinds of things. I don't have my solo DL running.
All right, we're gonna do it one more time. 1389 I ran at 109 in the base Mustang. So this Coyote V8 has a big power band. It makes torque pretty much everywhere. However, this 10-speed automatic means that the ratios are closer spaced than that 6-speed manual, which means you're in the torque and power band more often with the automatic than you are with the manual. Plus it shifts a lot faster, plus it's easier to launch. So all of that adds up to a quicker car, even though on paper, he's got the more aggressive axle ratio. So I won that last drag race. Let's see what happens on this one. All right, here we go. Quarter mile, mile above sea level in 3, 2, 1, go. Good launch in the automatic. Off the line, it's pretty neck and neck.
Oh, he's just pulling away from me.
Gosh, this transmission has already shifted 3-4 times by 80 miles an hour.
Come on! What's going on, dude? Dude, it's crazy. That car just pulls away, and it's not even that you pull away when I go for a shift or even at the launch. They launch pretty even, and then that just walks ahead.
It was pretty interesting. In case I have to think it's because I just have more ratios that are so closely spaced that this engine is always in its peak power band. There's never a point where it's, trying to catch up to the power torque curve. So it really is amazing. And look, I tried to explain this to a viewer who got really mad when he was hearing we got the 315 axle ratio. It really doesn't matter in some ways with the 10-speed because you got so many ratios for the engine to cycle through.
Yeah, I mean, I want to blame, I want to blame my shifting speed for it, but that automatic it's not even pulling away in between gears on this manual car. It's pulling away the entire time because I don't have to shift that many times throughout the course of that quarter mile.
Yeah, I see your shifts in my rearview mirror and they're pretty damn quick. Like that front end dips just a little bit and you're right back on the throttle. Yeah, I don't know. We should do a roll race and see what happens when there's less of a launch in the equation. So I'll go manual mode, you go manual mode. Well, you have to, obviously. Second gear, 3 miles an hour, and let's see what happens. So Case, Mustang GT starts in the mid $40,000 range. This one was $47,000. It's missing 2 big options that really jack up the price on yours.
Yeah, this is a GT Premium, which is already going to bump you up about $4,000, and then you add on top of that the performance package, which does get you a lot, admittedly. That's another about $5,000. And then there's a few other options. There's a blackout package on this one. It does have the active exhaust, a few different things that total to about $12,000-13,000 of difference.
Yeah, so $47,000 for a base-ish car, $59,000 for that
Yeah.
GT that Ford
59.8,
was.
basically 60 grand.
Yeah, so we're looking at quite a big price difference. Now, visually, there are some ways to determine the performance pack and the premium from the base model. Primarily, let's start with the wheel and tire pack. So our base GT has these 18-inch wheels on all-season tires. They're blacked out, and they are not my favorite wheel design. They look kind of like coffee coasters.
Yeah, it's a smaller wheel. I don't mind actually having a little extra sidewall. I think it looks decent, especially on a muscle car, and it does give you a solid ride. And then your brakes here are mostly branded Mustang, although there is a slight little Brembo logo on the corner of it compared to my big, gnarly, fully Brembo branded brakes and this very cool wheel design that's very classic Mustang. It is a little bit bigger. It's a 19, and I've got a Pirelli P0 tire, and they're wider.
Yeah, that performance pack does get you quite a bit. So it gets you stuff like the active exhaust, but it also gets you wheel and tire package, 19-inch Brembo brakes, Torsen limited slip rear
It's
diff.
also nice in a car with almost 500 horsepower. How do you have a car with almost 500 horsepower in an open diff?
It has a limited slip, actually.
Yeah?
But
Just
it's not the
Torsen.
Torsen. Yeah,
Okay,
which is a little
that's
confusing. You do have MagneRide.
Yeah.
So it does have adjustable suspension, which is great. That really is a big driving dynamic difference. And you also have the drift brake, an electronic parking brake you can lift up and do some drifting stuff with.
Which is okay.
So look, I've driven this car quite extensively on canyons. It drives better than the base car, no doubt. But it's not as fun as like a dedicated Corvette or Miata. I mean, some of these like dedicated sports cars are just gonna be a lot tighter and more nimble in the canyons.
Yeah.
This is still a 3,800 pound car.
It is. It's a little on the porky side because it's a muscle car, and that's kind of what it does compared to, like you said, some other competitors. But between the two, this is definitely the more fun handling car. And not that you're going to do this all the time, but at the end of the straight, when we're going over 100 miles an hour, this feels worlds better.
Totally better. But I will say, driving around town with these coffee coaster wheels, like you said, that big sidewall and the standard coil springs, thing is so comfy.
Comfy road trip
Base car is so squishy. Luckily, this car doesn't have the performance seats, the buckets, because those are so tight. Now, some other visual things, Case. Obviously, you talked about the blacked out package.
Yeah.
So you get kind of these cool blacked out headlights, which I think look really cool. You get the blacked out 5.0 alongside, blacked out mirrors, blacked out roof. So really a lot of good design features.
And
then,
I've got a better looking spoiler than you.
yeah, dude, out back, performance pack cars get this bigger wing, which looks great. So I think that your car looks better. It
For
just
sure.
looks cooler, right? And it also handles better. We'll do a handling video separately, but the MagneRide does mean it's a better handling car. But let's see how the insides change.
Yeah, turn into quiet mode, Tommy.
I know, I'm working on it, Case. Let me go to the Mustang settings. So on the inside of the basic Mustang, couple of things worth noting. Obviously, cloth seats, right? Now this one with the 301A package does have dual zone automatic climate control. We also have heated seats, which is cool, but it is a fairly basic seat design. We do have, I'm trying to access it here. Just takes a while to boot up here. I'll go to quiet mode.
Thank God.
We do have the same screen actually.
Yeah.
Same size screen for both the main infotainment and the cluster, fully digital. People really don't like the way this looked based on your comments. I think it actually works okay. It's running the new sync system as well. Look, technology's fine. Not a lot of hard buttons. Lots of hard plastic everywhere.
Lots.
And then look at this case. I don't have that cool drift brake, which we'll show in a sec. I just have the basic little parking brake lever. Automatic transmission was an option. Dual zone automatic climate and XM was an option, and the exhaust was an option. So the total MSRP on our car was $47,910. We bought it $42 because there are some discounts to be had on Mustangs out there. Pretty hard, scratchy door panels. It's a basic interior, no adaptive cruise. We do have blind spot monitoring, which is great, but yeah, it works okay. Okay, it's not bad.
Takes a while to load
Dude.
the screen, huh?
It's so slow. Especially when you first start getting to the exhaust modes, it's such a pain.
We'll get there. I mean, your neighbors are going to be awake, up and out the door, dressed before you actually get to put it into the quiet mode.
Try pushing another button. Sometimes it goes, no. Yeah.
Go back to home. Oh, well, this is good. Well, basically, it's just going to be in the loud mode. So this interior is certainly a better place to be in than yours. There's still a lot of hard plastic. It's not the greatest interior I've ever been in.
But look at the stitching case.
It does have stitching, Tommy.
Stitching on the dash?
That's pretty good.
Wow.
So it's nicer there. These seats do feel nicer, although I'm actually not opposed to cloth, like a lot of people out there. And yeah, our screen layout is slightly different. These two are conjoined, but even the base model car, the screens look fantastic. That's not really an issue on them. More so, my issue with it is I wish we had a binnacle covering it, because sometimes these screens catch some glare and they just look very dirty and you're getting a lot of reflection off of it. So it'd be nice if it was covered, but otherwise, yeah, it's a pretty nice interior. Like you mentioned, we do have this drift brake, so if you want to use that for some performance driving, if you want to slide the car around a little bit, you got to use that some.
Yeah, case. And you get new features in this vehicle over mine, like ventilated seats, like adaptive cruise control. So you do get some more tech in the upper level Mustangs as well. Is the interior $5,000 better?
Ooh,
No, just get the base one.
Not.
So Case, how would you describe the driving experience of that Mustang? Because part of the performance pack is you do have the MagnaRide suspension. Does it drive pretty well?
Well, I'll tell you what, I've driven that Mustang down this strip many times, and that car at over 100 miles an hour feels a little unstable. This one feels great. The brakes feel great. It is fun getting to roam my own gears, although the clutch on this car is pretty dead. It doesn't really give you a lot of feeling or any feedback. But it's a fun car to drive. It's loud and it's quick.
Yeah, both of these cars, they do sound really good with this active exhaust. It's pretty cool. All right, so I'm going in manual mode. We'll get up to second gear, 30 miles an hour, and I'll go 3, 2, 1, go. And we'll see if we're going crazy or if that performance pack is really that much slower. Second gear. All right, got 30 there in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, this car just pulled away.
Yeah, he's pulling away and I haven't even shifted yet.
Like, I mean, substantially pulled away.
There's nothing I can do about it. That's so frustrating.
I mean, it's a pretty big difference. I don't know if there's something going on with that unit that Ford sent us, but it's like you're racing two different cars.
Again, it's weird because we both matted it. I even think I matted it a little bit before you did. And yours, while I'm still in second gear, the gear that we started out in, you're still taking off on me. And I mean, technically I probably could have started in first, but that would have put a whole other shift into the scenario. So I don't think that would have helped me at all. There's a lot of torque in the bottom end of this car, but yeah, I think you just having more gear ratio seems to do a lot.
Well, let's get up to 60. We'll do a brake test at the cones. We'll see what happens. Stop at the cones. Let's see if those performance pack brakes really help. Oh, well, there you go.
There's a difference with the performance pack. That's about a car length. That's pretty good for two vehicles that are otherwise pretty much exactly the same.
So, the non-performance pack car with the Continental all-season tires and the standard brakes did 122 feet from 60 to 0.
Which is not a bad number. Yeah, it's a still pretty good number, but these are the standard brakes and they're these Continental Pro Contact tires. They're not as aggressive.
No, for sure. I mean, no, it's still a safe.
Good number.
Right, but let's see what that performance pack did, because it's hit quite a bit better.
What do we get on the P-Zeros? Oh, just under 198. That's a good number.
That is a good number. Yeah, so obviously wider rubber, stickier rubber, 19-inch Brembo brakes. Yeah, I mean, it's a 24-foot difference.
Yeah,
it's just
pretty
what it is.
good.
We're gonna do one more now, both in drag mode again, but this time I'm driving the manual, Case is in the automatic, take the driver out of the equation. Let's see if there is a difference in performance between the two. All right, I'm going to second gear. Okay, 30 in 3, 2, 1, go. Pretty even, not so even.
Yeah, the auto just walks, but it feels terrible over 100. Oh my God.
Like maybe that Coyote got built on a better day than this Coyote, but there's like a noticeable just acceleration difference between the two. I think a lot of it is down to the transmission, but I'm wondering if maybe there's something going on with this Mustang that Ford sent us, because I mean, it's got 9,000 miles on it, which is actually about the same that we have on our personal GT, but there certainly feels to be at least a thrust difference. So Case, obviously where that performance pack is going to shine is in the canyons. We may do that in a future video. This is just about straight line acceleration and braking power and comfort and design. Of these two, which one do you like more?
I'd still pick the manual because it feels a lot more engaging to drive, even though it's not the most engaging of all manuals that are on the market. A lot more fun than the automatic.
Look, I would go for the base car with the automatic. I mean, I like the way that performance pack drives. It's a lot stiffer. The Magna Ride means that it does handle the turns better, but $5,000-ish for that performance package plus the premium pack. Just save the $12K, get the base one with the auto, be a grandpa. Grandpas know best, always. Well, folks, let us know what you think in the comments below. This has been Tommy.
And Case.
Head over to alltfl.com for the latest and greatest in new car reviews.